Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. I want to do a video today that I've been wanting to do for a while where I compare all of the different fret tang nippers that, that I have collected over the years and talk about which ones I think are good, better, and best. And I'll let you guys decide which ones you like, but let's see, I've got some frets here that are ready to go into a neck, and you'll notice there's no binding on this neck, but I still like to undercut the frets because it keeps a bunch of that fret sprout from happening, because we ship parts all over the world and it's very, very dry here. But if it goes somewhere and it's humid and it dry again, you know how that goes. You can get that little pokey outy bit, and if you undercut the fret tangs, you eliminate a lot of the possibility for that. So anyway, let's jump right in. All right, so what is a fret tang and why would we want to nip it? I guess we've already talked a little bit about that, but Let me get one ready here. Okay, so this is a piece of fret wire, and the tang part is the part that goes into the fretboard, and it's not really barbed, but for lack of a better term, it's got barbs in it, and those are tangs. And what we want to do is we want to undercut a little section of that so that only the top of the fret is exposed, and this little section here gets undercut. It's easier for me to just do one and show you which what I'm referring to. All right. Okay. So that right there is, let me get something black. There you go. Now it's on my shirt. So that fret tang is undercut, and let's juxtapose that with the other end of the fret wire, and this is not. Now, you don't need to, there we go. You don't necessarily have to do this, but it's a classy thing to do, and we want to keep it classy, right? Okay, so I have a bunch of different ways that, that we do fret tang undercutting, and let's talk about some of the good ways and some of the better ways and some of the best ways. If you're doing one guitar at a time, you absolutely could, you know, kind of take your fret and file it with a file. And sometimes it's not a bad idea to just go ahead and kind of chase these anyway, you know, because sometimes the fret tang nippers don't work as well as you thought when you spent 50 bucks on them. Ask me how I know. So, so yeah, you can file these. You can build a jig to hold these and make filing easier. You can, let's see, you could even get into the fret with some cutters. That way works mildly amusing. Yeah, these are the wrong ones, but here we go. Let's use these. Let's not tell Chris we're going to use these, but let's use them. So if you can get a sharp enough set of nips, you can, come on now, there we go, you can actually get in there and cut some of the fret off. See, and that will give you, it's rough, it's really rough, but it will work. And then you can, you know, you can drag it across a file, or you can drag a file across there. And you know how long it's been since I've done this, where I've done this by hand? It's been over 30 years. So yeah, I don't do that very often, as you can tell just by watching that little bit. So so I've invested in a bunch of different tools to make undercutting fret wire an easier job, and I want to tell you guys about some of the tools that I use and what I think of them in case anybody cares. All right, so the first set of fret tang nippers that I bought were these they're colloquially called the Klein nippers. And the reason they're called Klein nippers is because this tool is a lot like an electrician's tool that Klein sells. And it's probably been modified very, very slightly to work well when it comes to undercutting fret nippers. In fact, all of the tools I'm going to show you today are probably designed to do something. They weren't built from the ground up to be fret tang nippers. They were made to be, metal cutting squeezies, and they've been adapted for use with guitar players in mind. So the first, like I said, this is the first set that I got. I've had this set for probably, well, over a decade, and it's still going strong. I got this from StewMac, and I don't think they even make, how about this? I don't think StewMac sells these anymore. But they work very, very well. Let's start with a new fret here. All right, so there we got a new fret. And all you do is, with all of these tools, you put the fret. I'm trying to show you guys what this looks like. This is how Chris feels because this is not a left-hand friendly tool. All right, let's get started here. So you put the piece of fret wire into the tool and squeeze it, and out comes an undercut fret. I have to get this again on my shirt because it's the only black thing that helps show you what I'm talking about. And it does a pretty good job of, let's see if I can get the camera to focus. It does a good job of giving you a nice clean cut there. You know what I could do? I could just put my finger up and then show you guys what that looks like. So that's what the undercut portion looks like. And these Klein nippers do a great job. Like I say, I've had these for forever, and I don't think StewMac even sells them anymore. So I'm sure you can find these in lots of places, but I don't know where. But if you can find them, I recommend them. I think they are one of the better tools for undercutting fret wire. Next, I've got it even says StewMac on it. This fret tang nipper I got because I wanted to try it out and because I kind of wanted to give my Klein tools a break. Now this is another tool that's been slightly modified to work with for guitar players. A lot of people have told me, yeah, you can go and buy those things at Harbor Freight and file a groove into them, and okay. These came from StewMac, and I did not like these at all when I got them, and I think I had to learn a little bit about how to use them because they weren't quite as easy to use as the Klein. I've discovered that if you press up on the fret wire a little bit, you get a cleaner. Let me use the old finger trick there. You get a cleaner cut. But what can happen with these is if you try to take too big of a bite, the fret wire kind of gets sucked into that hole there where the actual cutting head goes. So I still like these, and I use them when I don't know, I use them and I don't have any issue with them. One thing that I like to do to all the fret wire that I use before I'm going to undercut the tang is, let me show you what it looks like here. Okay, I'm gonna cut two pieces of fret wire, and one is going to be the cut that this face is on the outside of, and the other cut is going to be what this interior face of the cutter is going to look like. So this nice clean piece here that you can see is with the flat face cutting out. This kind of, see how the end's kind of boogered up on this one? It's not as clean, it's kind of bent around. That's because it was on the inside of the cutter. So what I like to do is I like to get rid of all of the ones that were on the inside of the cutter. So all of my frets, before undercutting, get my hand in there, look like that. Does that make sense, you guys? So when I do that, this tool works great. If I don't, that's a recipe for disaster when using this tool. For me, let me see if I can get one here to show you what I'm talking about. I'll have to get the tool. Okay, so we're gonna go this end here. Come on now. Come on, act right. Okay, see how this is. This is a especially boogered up end. You see what that looks like there? Versus, well, this side's already been done. Let's do another versus here. Okay. So we have a nice clean fret, and I'm just going to rotate the fret wire. There's no sleight of hand, and here is here's the boogered up end. You can see a difference. Okay, so with this guy, the clean end, it's a pretty easy thing. You just sort of get it in there and go, and you have a nice clean fret undercut. Now, here's the boogered up end. I'm going to try to do it, and I'm going to see. Watch, it won't actually do it, but I'm going to see if I can get it to not. So actually, that one did it just fine, but most times it does not. Let's see if I can. I have to try and make this not work. Not because this tool, of course, now it's going to work great. Anyway, this is a great tool. It's just I've had more issues with it than I have had with the Klein tool. All right, now there's little bits of fret wire all over my table. Now I want to show you my new set that I got. And to everybody who accuses me of being a shill for StewMac, this did not come from StewMac. This is a Summit tool, and I think I got this from Jesscar. This is a great one. It's basically a set of cutters, and let's see. I love this one. You just put this guy in there, and you get like a really nice clean cut, and it's nice and tight to the fret wire. And the best part about it is you can use it with stainless steel. Now, I have it on good authority. You can use these Klein tools for stainless, but I'm not going to. I also have it on good authority that you are not to use this StewMac one with stainless. This is not compatible with stainless. This guy is. This is just a more heavy duty, it's just a bigger, badder-assed cutter, and it works great with nickel, steel, adamantium, all that stuff, stainless. That gold fret wire works great for that. So yeah, this is my new favorite for undercutting fret wire. So I'm going to say good, better if you can find it, and best. Now, the downside to good, better, and best is this is far and away the more expensive tool. So, if you're doing a lot with stainless steel, absolutely worth it. If you're doing a lot of guitars and you don't have, okay, this is the other thing, guys. I spent whatever I spent on this and whatever I spent on this and whatever I spent on this. Hopefully, you're just going to buy one because you don't need to have 3 different kinds, right? If you were just going to buy one, this is the one to get. And I'm not shilling for these guys. I paid full retail for these. So if the good people at Summit want to send me stuff to review, I'd be more than happy to do that. But I paid full boat for these. So an excellent tool. Yeah. So guys, if you have any questions about undercutting frets and why you do it and what tools we use, or if you want to tell me what you use, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I always like to read comments. I try to answer as many of them as I can. We've gotten a lot of new subs, so it's getting harder to do because I've got more of them to read and more of them to answer. Speaking of subscriptions, if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and if you like the video, give me the thumbs up. Let's see. I have to tell you about the obligatory Patreon thing. If you appreciate content like we do here at Texas Toast, you might want to go over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member. Only $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys cool stuff like this. But if you can't do Patreon, we totally get it. But please share this video as many places as you can think of. And you can tell all of your friends on the forums about what we use and what we think is good, better, and one better still, and what we think is the best tool. And if you disagree with me, put those in the comment section too. I always love to hear about that. So until next time, guys, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Thanks for watching, y'all.